Jai Gurudev children. Students, last time we have studied in this chapter about the reversible and irreversible changes. So today we will start with our next topic, physical and chemical changes. Okay, so let's study that what are the physical changes and chemical changes. So let's read. The changes that substances undergo can also be categorized as physical or chemical changes depending on whether a new substance is formed as a result of the change or not. So children, main thing in this definition is given that when we classify physical and chemical changes, one thing we should keep it in our mind that if any change is taking place, then we should see whether there is a formation of new substance or not. Okay, whether a new substance is formed or not. If any new substance is formed in any of the change, that means it is a chemical change. Okay, and if only state of the matter, or we can say any other type of change happens in which no new substance is formed, that time we can say it is a physical change. Okay, so main difference between the physical and chemical change is that if any new substance is formed, that is chemical change, and if any new substance is not formed, that means it is a physical change. So let's see what they written under the physical change. You see this: a substance is identified by various physical properties like color, size, shape, state, temperature and texture. Okay, if a change brings a change in the physical properties of substance, then the change is referred to as the physical change. Children, what they explained in this paragraph about the physical change means how we can identify that physical change is taking place. So if anything or any change is related to color, size, shape, state means liquid, solid and gas, that is a state of matter na? So state or temperature of anything or texture of anything means sometime it becomes hard, sometime it becomes soft. Okay, so if these kind of changes you can see in any of the objects, then it is coming under the physical change. Understand? Means sometime anything when change, its color might be changed, and when it again come to its original state, then it again change its color to that its original. So if size of anything will be changed or shape of anything will be changed, we can convert it into the previous state. Okay, and if the state of anything will be changed by changing the temperature, or we can say texture of anything. So here you can take example of so many things. I have explained you this chapter previously, that's why you should know that which kind of examples I have given to you, and we will study later on also. Here so many examples are given related to physical change, in which size of the thing, color of the thing, shape, state, temperature or texture will be changed. So by observing all these characteristics or properties, we can say it is a physical change. So let's see its first example, which is a common example, and I have also explained you this. What is melting of ice? Okay, to form water. When we take out ice from our freezer, then if we keep it in the room temperature, you know that ice start melting. And second thing, boiling of water to form water vapors, and condensation of water vapor on cooling are the examples of physical changes. You know that children, here state of matter also changes, and little bit color also we can see that water color of the water and ice little bit different, and we can easily identify. So these all are the kind of physical changes, because in this, because of the temperature, change in temperature, state of the object is undergoes change. So can you put together the pieces of broken ceramic plate or bits of paper torn from a paper sheet? So children, here they ask the question that if any time that ceramic plate is broken or any page is torn into the bits of paper, so can you make again the paper sheet from it, or can you collect the broken ceramic pieces to form a plate again? So here we can say no. We can join them by some we can say adhesive or some kind of glue. We can join them, but you can't create its original one. Okay, we can't create ceramic plate which was original plate, and we can't make again paper sheet just like the previous one. So it is a kind of physical change, but it is irreversible change. Means it is a physical change, it is an example of physical change, but it is irreversible also. Okay, so physical properties like the shape and size of the toy or paper may change when the toy is broken or when a piece of paper is torn off. But these changes do not have any effect on the internal structure of plate or paper. They retain their properties. What they explained in this paragraph, children, that what happened, why we can say that this what I have explained you just now about the ceramic plate, broken ceramic plate, and that torn page of into bits of paper. What happening, why we called it as a physical change? Because in these changes, what will happen, there is no change take place in its internal structure. Means a piece of paper has also internal structure just like a paper sheet. Okay, there is no internal structure change, but what is changes? Only change take place in their we can say physical state. Means outermost change we can see in this case. That's why these are the physical changes, and only here size of the paper, or we can say pieces of broken ceramic plate, in this only size of the broken pieces has changed, but there is no change in its internal structure. So it is a physical change. Okay, next is dissolving a solute such as sugar or salt in a solvent like water results in the formation of a solution. It is a physical change because once the solution is evaporated, sugar or salt are left behind and can be collected. You know that, children. Here they have given example of solution, but all the solution are not regarded as a physical change. Why? Because here when we dissolve sugar or salt in water, that time what will happen if we heat this solution again, and what we see that water evaporates slowly, and after that only sugar or salt is left behind in our vessel. So in this case we can get all these things if we make arrangement or put a slanting lid over our utensil. We can collect water also, evaporated vapors also, and we can collect salt and sugar also in this process again. So here there is no change in their internal properties, or we can say there is no change in their chemical structure. So that's why this kind of change is coming under the physical change. Okay, but I'm again reminding you here that all the solutions when we prepare by using different chemicals, they are not regarded as a physical change. Many of the solutions are prepared because of the chemical change also. Okay, there is a chemical change when we make some solutions. It depends on the solution, that which kind of solution you are preparing. So here this water simple salt solution or sugar solution, if we talk about, then it is a physical change. And children, here two words are there, solute and solvent. These two words I have already explained you, that the material or the thing which is dissolved in water is a common, or we can say universal solvent. Most of the things are dissolved in water. So what we are dissolving in water, that is called solute. Okay, and water is called as a solvent, means in liquid in which we are dissolving the sugar or salt, that liquid is called as solvent. So here water is a solvent and sugar or salt is solute. Okay, and when we both when we mix solute in solvent, then it will become a solution. Means to form a solution we need both solute and solvent. Okay.